Hey guys, it's Maddie from Let's Eat Plants, and today we are going to turn this watermelon rind into food. I first heard about this recipe from an Instagram reel from Rooted in Spice, and of course I will link that original recipe in the description box down below. But upon doing some research, I found that this is actually a somewhat common recipe. I don't know if common is the right word, but I did find a few other recipes online for the same type of watermelon curry, and so that's what we're going to try making today. I'm pretty intrigued by what this is going to taste like. I never once thought of eating watermelon rind, although I have seen watermelon rind pickles before. That does seem pretty common, but making the watermelon rind into curry, that's definitely a new one for me. So while doing some research, I also found that apparently the rind of the watermelon has a lot of health benefits. It actually contains more amino acids than the inside part of the watermelon, and we do often have a lot of watermelon rind left over after eating watermelon, so this definitely seems like a great low waste recipe as well. And with that, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is, of course, wash the outside of the watermelon very thoroughly. I'm also adding just a little bit of vinegar to help clean it. Now, of the different recipes that I read, one of them said to use a peeler to take out the very outside layer, and then the other one just said take the whole rind and cook it. I'm personally gonna try taking off some of this outside edge, so I'm going to attempt to use this peeler to peel this most outer layer. If it doesn't work, then forget about it, but let's at least try. This definitely feels weird, but I'm starting to get some bigger peels off now. Just took a little bit of patience at the beginning. So this is fun. I've never seen a watermelon look like this before. I guess we just cut it open and cut out all the red parts. Now, of course, you want to save that for other recipes. I do have 2 other watermelon recipes that I have made recently. I will link those both up here as well as in the description box if you guys want to check either of those out. But I feel like that's obvious. Don't throw away the red part. That, of course, can be eaten as well. So this is the part that we want. It's just the leftover rind. We're just gonna do that with the remaining slices, and then that is what's gonna be the base of this recipe. Also, if you guys are enjoying these experimental recipe videos, I would really appreciate it if you could give this video a like, as it does really help out my channel. Thank you so much. We have our rinds ready to go. Now, the other main difference that I saw between recipes was that the one that I found online does not boil the rinds before you saute them in sauce. It just puts the rinds straight into the sauce. However, in Rooted in Spice's recipe, you do boil the rinds first. Essentially, we just want to boil them until they're fork tender, and then we will saute them with all the spices. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that first. Our watermelon rind curry is ready and it smells amazing in here. Like, whew, the spices smell really good. So I'm very excited to try this. Now, just a few things that I noticed. The original recipe actually calls for cumin seeds, which I did not have. So I just substituted cumin powder. I hope that's an acceptable substitute. And then the other thing I didn't have was dried mango powder. And one of the recipes said that you can substitute lemon with that. So I just did a little squeeze of lemon at the end, added a little fresh coriander as well, and here we go. Now, the other thing is that mine took quite a while, not only to cook, but also for the watermelon to get any flavor. I actually added a little bit more spice than what the recipe called for because I just felt like it wasn't getting flavorful enough. I tasted one little piece as I was cooking and I was like, not enough flavor in this. So do keep that in mind if you want to make this. I would already suggest to boil the rind for 10 minutes. And then when you're cooking it in the seasonings, definitely cook it long enough so that it can soak up all of the spices. And now let's go ahead and give this a taste. I'm very interested. The piece that I tried while it was cooking was like interesting. Actually, that squeeze of lemon at the end really adds a nice little pop to this. That's a lot better than the bite that I had while I was cooking. Okay, the flavor is honestly really, really good. I love the taste of this curry. The watermelon rind is decent. It's like crunchy and like a little bit bitter. If you guys have ever had bitter melon, it kind of reminds me of that, but not quite as bitter. Bitter melon is very bitter, but it definitely doesn't have any like sweetness to it at all. And it didn't pick up quite as much flavor of the sauce as I was hoping. Like, this sauce is so good, I would love this on something else, like on a tofu or something. The flavor of the sauce is amazing. The watermelon rind is decent. It's crunchy, it's there. I would still eat it, but I probably wouldn't go out of my way to put these spices onto a watermelon rind. Like I said, I would probably prefer this curry over a different vegetable. But I mean, it's not a bad way to use up extra watermelon rind, since otherwise we'd just be throwing it away. So all that being said, if you want a recipe to use up your watermelon rind, which you would otherwise throw away, or you're into very unique recipes and you want to give this a try, definitely go for it. It is interesting, it is unique, and I of course will leave all the ingredients and instructions and recipes and links and everything in the description box below. Let me know if you guys have tried this, if you would try it. I am very curious to hear what you guys think. And also, if you're looking for other unique vegan recipes, I do have a short playlist. You guys can watch those after this video. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching Let's Eat Plants, and I will see you guys next time.